Okay, this is very new and odd for me, but I talk to myself a lot. A lot of times it's easier to talk to myself than it is to grab my journal and write. Um, so I was just sitting here reflecting on just some shit that I've been experiencing and going through in the past month or so. I've been going through it. Not gonna lie, I've been going through it. Uh, but I'm okay. I'm okay now. Um, Past few days have been up and down. Um, but I had a really crazy and good experience yesterday with my braider. Her name is Trinity, and that was the first time I ever went to her. And I was really nervous about it just because like going to like a new service provider, whatever that is, it's always nerve-wracking. And I don't know, it's nerve-wracking. She did an amazing job. I'm obsessed with my hair. I'm obsessed with it. Um I guess anyway. Um yeah, I'm obsessed with my hair. But I was not expecting to go and like have this insane philosophical spiritualized conversation with this braider. Like she is one of the most like intelligent, all around intelligent, spiritual, mental, emotional, like, and I only just met her yesterday, so this is just like her first impression. But like just an insane human. Like I feel like that's the first like deep, meaningful type of conversation that like sticks with you for a long time that I've had, and I don't even know how long. I don't even know. No clue. And she's younger than me, which is crazy. It's like, damn, you've been through some shit. I could tell. But we talked literally the entire appointment. Like my appointment was at 10 in the morning. I didn't leave till like 8 that night. And we was really just talking about some stuff. I talked to her about my situation and just the stuff that I've been like experiencing and going through, and just what I've learned and what I've discovered coming out of this situation. And I was just telling her about how the one thing that I've learned from this whole thing is that I can't fix people, which is something I've always heard and like I've talked about before with Alex. But I feel like I really grasped what that means this time around with this past situation that I was in. And I'm gonna try my best to like focus because it's hard talking in front of a camera that I know is recording. But yeah, I think that's just been what I've been focused on, and what I've realized is that I will find myself, I'll get into like a relationship, platonic, romantic, whatever. I'll just find myself caring about a person, and then they present a side of themselves or whatever the case may be, and it's not something that aligns with me and what I want and what I know I value. And you know, usually when that happens, what you should do, the smart thing to do would be exit the situation. End it there, because yeah, obviously, like, but because I'm already attached to this person, because I've already started to care about them, like, can't you see Okay, the floor is yours. Nothing. So hit the road. Get out. I cannot. Anyway, lights went off. Damn. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I find myself caring about the person. The bond is already formed. The connection is already connectioning. And I see this side of them that they're showing me, and I take it as a challenge rather than a cue to leave, because I think it's for a couple different reasons, and there's one conscious reason that I do this. I think the biggest thing for me is that it's like, I feel like it's all I have to offer sometimes. Like, what I'm passionate about is self-growth and healing, and I feel like I've dedicated my entire adult life to like healing some of my trauma, and it's always a work in progress. Like, you're never fully healed as a person. But yeah, I've dedicated my entire adult life to it. I've done the work. I still do the work to this day, and it's the one thing that I feel like I'm truly confident about in myself. It's the one thing that I know this is who I am and this is what I've done, and I feel accomplished in that area of life. And it's just because that's just the way life was set up for me. I feel like I was forced to have to deal with my shit early on, earlier than like most people. And so I feel behind in a lot of other areas of life. But this is the one that I feel like I got a head start in, and I'm happy with what I've learned and the experiences that I've gone through and the wisdom that I've gained from everything that I had to face. And I made the decision to do that. But it's hard. Like, that shit is hard. And that's sometimes something that some people never do in their life. They stay stagnant because it's so difficult. And it's hard to, one of the hardest things I think ever that you could ever do is like really look at yourself in the mirror and have to face yourself and ask yourself questions about, who am I? Am I really happy? Am I okay? Like, what am I doing that's causing me to feel behind? What is it about me? Not putting the blame on other people or other things, but like looking at yourself and really asking yourself the hard questions. Some people never do that shit and they stay stagnant. Some people don't do it until later on in life when they're like career, college, all of that. They already did all that shit. And now they're looking in the mirror and asking them these questions. And the way my life was set up, I had to do it earlier. And so that's what the past 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 6 years of my life have been. And it's all I've known. And so I just feel like a lot of times it's all I have to offer and all I have to bring to the table in any sort of relationship. And so, yeah, I know it's not true. Like, I know that I definitely have more than just, like, I know in my head. I just don't know exactly what it is, because I feel like that's what I've made my identity since I've started doing it. And within myself as well, like, I feel like I put it on myself, but also like I've heard my whole life, adult life at least, that I'm intelligent, I'm smart, I'm wise, I'm the shoulder to cry on, I'm the mom friend, I'm the voice of reason, this and that. Like, that's what people see me as. And I feel like it's caused me to feel like that's what my purpose is on this earth, is to be the voice of reason and be the person that gives advice and helps you, has to like actively do work to help you grow into the person that they that you see them as, or the like just a better version of themselves. And that's a lot of pressure. It's always felt like a lot of pressure. It's been exhausting, but I thought it was my purpose. I thought that that was who I needed to be, and that's like, yeah, what I was put on this earth for. And so going into relationships with this mindset, thinking that, like, especially with a relationship with a person that you really like, and maybe you like see a version of them that they don't see in themselves, or that other people don't see in them, and like wanting to bring that side out of them. And I feel like that's like the one job I have, is to nurture this person and help them, and like showcase what I've learned and the ways that I've grown myself, and showcase what I've like, just everything that I've done in the past few years, because that's all I know. That's all I feel like I know. But it's hard. And I think that's where the whole you can't fix people thing comes in, is because you can't force people to do that if they're not ready. And it's like, go away. Yeah, you can't force people to do that. You're distracting me. I'm trying to do something and you're distracting me. Enough is enough. I'm gonna put you in your room. Say hi. Okay, you need to go. You need to leave. You need to go away. I don't want to hear nothing. If you're gonna be in here, you need to be quiet. Lost my train of thought again. I just can't do anything in this house. But yeah, I fuck. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, you can't force people to do that because it's hard. And if they're showing you who they are, and they're, use your own discernment, obviously. Like there's no point in, because it's exhausting. Like I said, why exhaust yourself doing something for someone that doesn't even value it, somebody that doesn't want it? They're telling you or showing you that they don't want it. Like, so don't do it. Not for them, but for you. You know what I mean? And it's really exhausting. So why even put yourself through it? And it sucks. It sucks to feel like you see this side in them. You can see their potential and they don't see it in themselves, and you just want to bring that out because you know what it's like to reap the benefits of like healing your shit and doing the work. But it's also subconsciously, I think it was a way for me to prove to myself that that's what my purpose is, because that's what I've convinced myself my purpose is. And so in my head, I'm like, I'm doing this obviously, like I said, because I want them to reap the benefits of it and feel what it's like, but also because I'm trying to prove to them and to myself that I'm good at the one thing that I feel like I'm supposed to be good at on this earth, which is helping people and helping people grow. And so when it backfires and it fails, it's really easy to put the blame on yourself and feel like a failure for not being able to do the one thing that you felt like was your job to do. And it's not even your fault. It has nothing to do with your ability, it had nothing to do with my ability to help this person. There's one person on this earth that can help. It would be me. It had nothing to do with my capability or anything, and everything to do with the fact that this person didn't want my help. This person wanted to be who they were, and that's fine. I don't blame them, like, because it's hard. It's hard to do. But it's very easy to put the blame on myself and think I was doing too much or this or that, when at the end of the day I just wanted them to be happy. We're not going to get too much more into that, but it's all of that to say, like, that's what I've been learning and focused on. And now that I feel like I've come to that conclusion, really understood the meaning of you can't fix people, now I'm trying to rework that and wonder and think about just like what I can do moving forward um to not feel like I need to do that anymore. Um and I know like the first step would be just figuring out who I am. Um Figuring out what else my purpose is, not to say that, you know, the whole helping people grow isn't a part of it, because I think that is, but I think the way I was going about it was wrong. I was trying to force it, and I was trying to like, I don't have to showcase what I've learned with words, you know? Like, I don't have to try and get people to understand me, you know? I have to, the only thing, and this is what I was talking about, why I brought up my braider, is because she, like, kind of gave me a thought that stuck with me. And it's just about, at the end of the day, like, being yourself and leading by example. And the people who are willing to see you, the people who are going to value you and value the, you know, certain things about you, they're going to learn from you naturally. It's not something that you have to go out of your way to teach. Like, use what you've learned, your wisdom and all of that, and apply it to yourself before you apply it to other people. And once you grasp that, number one, you're going to attract the people who are meant for you. And those people are going to be the ones who are going to truly value, you know, value you as a human. They're going to see you without you having to try and force them to see you. They're already going to see you because you're being authentically yourself. And so that was very interesting. I'm definitely going to do some more thinking into that, but I think that's just where I'm at now in my life. And that's what I'm going to be trying to explore, I guess, on my own and in therapy and this and that. It is the year of finding myself and loving myself.